Hi everyone. My name is Captain Emlyn. I'm the director of the Expedition Center here in the Ottawa Valley region. Today we're going to talk about choosing your proper clothing and shoes for either spring or fall expedition training weekend. So what I want you to do now is to go in your bedroom, choose, pick out every clothing you would be bringing during one of those weekends of exercise, then put pause on this video, and then when you get back, we can go over what you choose and see if it meets the criteria to be used during an expedition. Alright, good. Now you're back, so we're going to talk about clothing you choose, see if it fits the criteria. So you would need for either fall or spring exercise a pair of pants. Now what I like about these pants is that first they're pants and they can also be shorts. So if the weather change during the day or even during the course of the weekend, I can change pants into shorts, and by only unzipping the bottom parts of my pants and they become short, and then if it's getting cold again, then I put the bottom pants zipped up, and then I have a pair of pants again. Instead of bringing a pair of pants and a pair of shorts, this I have multi-purpose pants. Then you would need a t-shirt for your exercise. So what you'd be looking for is something that is made of synthetic fabric. So all the clothing you choose, it has a little tag inside that basically tells you what it's made of. So this one is made 100% polyester. So polyester is a synthetic fiber which basically tells you that it'll dry fast and it's not going to keep moisture close to your body. Okay, so t-shirt is what you would be needing. Next, pair of socks. You need socks. You cannot put shoes without socks, otherwise you have blisters. So if your choice of socks is white socks, okay, used for sports in the gym, I would not recommend that. Other than that, you would given at your cadet corps a pair of wool socks. This would be a better choice compared to your white socks. Other than that, there's merino wool socks that does exist on the market. They're more expensive, of course, but they keep you warm and moisture away from your feet. So this would be the best choice. Next, during fall or spring training, sometimes at night temperatures drop, so it's getting a little bit chilly, the sun is down. So you would need a fleece, okay? Your same fleece you use for the winter, but this one would be for at night during fall or spring, okay? And if you look up the weather before you go, you know that if you're expecting rain, okay? So you would need a rain jacket. So the same rain jacket you use in the winter, okay? You can use it in the spring or in the fall. The beauty of this jacket is that it protects you against wind, it protects you against rain, okay, and it keeps you warm, okay. One thing you will need to look if you buy one is a zipper, literally underneath the armpits, to basically control the temperature inside and evacuate moisture whenever you're wearing it, okay. If you don't have that, because they're a little more expensive, on the expensive side, a poncho, okay, could be used, and in the worst case scenario, like a garbage bag could work. It will protect you against the rain, but all the sweat you're producing will stay inside and wet your clothes from the inside instead of being from the rain. Also at night, again, temperature tends to drop, so it could be a good idea to bring with you a little toque, okay, to keep you warm, as well as a thin layer pair of gloves, okay, to keep your hands warm as well. Now, if we go over the choice for your shoes and or boots. So, if you're going on a hiking trip, because there's 3 activities you can do. It's either canoeing, mountain biking, or hiking. Those are hiking boots, so basically they're stiffer than a pair of running shoes. Also, they go higher above your ankle, which protects your ankle against sprains. These are perfect for hiking, so this is what you would be looking for. Forget your Vans, your skateboard shoes. Those are not adapted for hiking, okay? They're skateboard shoes, okay? Skateboard. We're not skateboarding. So, hiking boots. These are perfect for hiking, but they are bad choice for canoeing or mountain biking. So basically for those 2 activities, you would be looking at regular running shoes, okay? The kind you'll be wearing for your gym class. If you have a really old pair of running shoes, these would be perfect for canoeing. If they get wet, it doesn't matter because they're for canoeing. And then for mountain biking and the rest of your time on the campground during your exercise, just a good old pair of running shoes would fit perfectly for the activities you would be doing. One thing I forgot to mention is that during your weekend you will be exposed to sun, and even if it's in the spring or the fall, it's important to protect your head for insulation. So you can use either a baseball cap. I'm a baseball cap kind of girl. Other than that, you were probably given on your summer training center a Tiliat. This would be a good time to wear it again during those weekends of exercise. It will protect you against the sun and prevent insulation. Now we're starting the second part of this lesson. You will have to, like the first part, go into your house, go to find personal equipment you will need during weekend training exercise. Bring that all equipment with you, put this video on pause, and then we can go over your list, compare it with my list, see if we meet up in the middle. One thing you need to bring with you to make sure that you have a successful weekend is personal item that will make your life easier throughout the weekend. So one thing that you have to think about is your hygiene kit. So it should have at least during the weekend toothpaste and toothbrush. You should also bring deodorant. As well, a little towel that you will use to clean your face and wash your body during the weekend, and also toilet paper. I don't have to explain to you why this is important. One other thing you should be thinking of in your hygiene kit is your medication if you take some. And ladies, if you think you will be during your period, make sure that you bring proper protection to make sure that your weekend goes smoothly. One other thing you have to think about is bug repellent. So you can have this kind. If you don't like that, they do sell little nets that you put over your head, over your hat, that protects you from bugs. So that could be one option. The fact that you'd be spending 24 hours a day outside, the sun, the wind, will dry your lips, so make sure you have lip balm with you. Also, sunscreens, so make sure that you have proper protection. There's numbers on it that tells you how efficient it is. The cadet movement recommend at least 30 for SPF for protection, especially if you have activities on the water. You could also bring a pair of sunglasses, always nice to protect your eyes from the suns and the element. Also, a little notepad that you will take note if you are to be in charge of parts of the weekend, so always a good thing to have that. Water container, so it can be a water bottle like this one. You can always go with the water bottle you buy at the store. The only problem with these kinds is that they have a really small opening, so it makes it hard to refill with the jerry can we use in the system. So proper water bottles. You could bring a camera. For most of you, it will be your cell phone, but if you don't have one and you like to take picture, you can bring camera like this. Some of the expedition center will provide you with either a flashlight. If not, you can have this kind of flashlight. Make sure before you go that you check that the batteries are good enough. If not, make sure to bring some extras. It's kind of annoying when you're in the middle of the night and you're looking for something and there's no more batteries. You should be bringing as well some matches. You can buy them in little container like this, ready for use. Or for some of you, you will have to ask your parents about this, but before the iPhone, we use a camera film. So these are a container for 35 millimeters camera film. So they're perfect to put matches in it. And they keep your matches water safe. So you could be using that if you still have that at home. One other thing to bring would be a knife. And if you don't have a knife, you can bring multi-tools like this one, where you have pliers, you also have screwdrivers, you also have a knife included in this. So if you're that kind of cadet, to use that, that would be a good choice. You would also need a whistle if in case of emergency. Always good to have that with you. Rope to fix, tie, put a clothesline to dry your clothing. That would be a good thing to have. And one other thing would be your survival kit. So things that are mandatory in a survival kit would be a knife. You would also need a way to make fire. So you either have the matches, you can bring a lighter like this, or you can bring a fire stick like this one to make fire. You would also need a fishing filament to, if you want to fish, as well as the fishing hook. That would be a good thing to have. And the other thing you would need is some snare wire if you were to be hunting. We're in 2021. Everybody use electronics during the weekend. One thing that is bad with electronics is, well, at some point you're gonna lose some battery. You will need to recharge these electronics. So on the market right now, you can find a appliance like this one. Basically, this basically will replace the battery of your cell phone or camera. If you need to recharge it, it will be the equivalent of plugging your phone in the wall. So that would be a good thing to bring with you if you are that in need of using your electronics during the weekend. Now we're at the third part, which is the part where you will have to put everything you're bringing with you for the weekend in your backpack. At the Expedition Center, a backpack will be provided to you if you don't have one already at home. One thing that's important is to make sure that everything you bring from home, make sure that it fits in one bag. This way it's easier to gather your equipment than trying to find 5 different bags because you bring everything for the weekend in 5 bags. So, backpack, there's different size, but one thing you have to make sure is that everything you put inside will stay dry, though you have to protect everything from the rain. The big black garbage bag works like a charm, as long as there's no holes in it. So you can use that, you put it in your backpack, and then from there you put all your equipment in order to make sure that you have everything for the weekend. On the market there's also these kinds of bags. They are waterproof as well. So you can use that, put it in your bag, in your backpack. And then from there you will have to put your equipment in order. One thing you have to put first is everything you will use to sleep. So at the Expedition Center, you will be given a sleeping pad. So you make sure that you have to remove air inside and you fold it as compact as you can. So I would put that inside at the very bottom. Then you will receive a sleeping bag, okay, with a case to put in it, as well as a fleece that goes inside. So this is my own personal sleeping bag, so this will be the second thing I would put in my backpack. Then my little fleece blanket to sleep, so I would put that as well at the bottom of my backpack. Next, I would bring with me all the clothing that I need. I like to be organized, so all my clothing for each day or each activity is packed in one of these bags. This way, when I wake up in the morning at 7 and I still haven't had my coffee, all I have to do is grab one bag, and then all the clothing I need for the day is inside that little bag. So when I have to go look in my backpack to find a pair of socks, long johns and everything is organized. So I would put that next, and then I would put all my equipment there. Next, if you don't have those kinds of bags, these bags works like a charm as well. You need to buy the bigger one. This is the large one, but there's an extra large that does exist in the market. It's a little longer. So this way you can put your clothing for one day in little bags like this. And then you will put these bags inside your backpack. Then I would put all my survival kit, everything I need, battery, flashlight, all that is in there. Easy access. Then all my electronics that I need for the weekend. And this will finish the main part of the backpack. Once it's all closed, all the expedition backpack do have a little top pocket, and in this pocket I would put everything that I would need easy access. So my easy access is my hygiene kit, would be at the bottom, so whenever I have to brush my teeth after each meal, it's easy access. My little towel if I have to clean my face or my hands. Toilet paper would go also in the top part like this, and little notepad, easy access if I have to take notes during the weekend. And the other things missing is my water bottle, so make sure it's filled with clean water, and then I would put it on the side pocket here of my backpack. So if you look at the backpack, everything is inside. Nothing is hanging on the outside, on the side, at the bottom, at the top. Everything is inside. There's nothing attached extra to the backpack. If you have to do that, that's because you have too much equipment. Okay? So you have to make sure that everything fits inside your backpack. One of the other things you probably realize is that I didn't put much clothing in my backpack. So I have other equipment that I would bring with me. I will show you where I would put it. So as I mentioned, I always have with me a little pair of gloves and a hat for cold nights. So this two piece of equipment would go in easy access top pocket here. So if I need it, easily accessible. And as for my fleece and my rain jacket, it would go in the main compartment right over here. So if I need my rain jacket, it's at the bottom part here, easily accessible. If I have to open my backpack and it's pouring rain, I don't wet everything that's inside because it's at the very top. If it's wet, I don't put it inside. I would put it on top. Okay, it's already wet, so you can just go on top like this. Et voila. I bring 3 kits. One kit I would be wearing between 7 and 5 p.m. this includes all the clothing that I would wear during the activities that probably require me to sweat. Then I have my evening kit, which is clothing that I would wear once I'm done sweating. So at night when we're chilling by the fire, I have other clothing that I would wear. And my third kit is clothing that I wear to sleep. So whenever it's time to go to bed and to wake up, this is my third kit. So there's no need of bringing 100 pairs of pants or t-shirt or anything like that. If you do bring that, the problem is like you won't take care of it because you don't care. If it gets wet, it doesn't matter. I have 6 others in my backpack. So by bringing 3 kits, it helps me take care of my equipment to make sure that I don't ruin it, break it, wet it for unnecessary purpose. If there's a puddle of mud, there's no need for me to walk in it when I can walk around it. So this way I can take care of my equipment and bring less equipment with me.